Hey, Amy Posner here. I've got a multi-part series for you. This is part one on content marketing. So to get on the same page, let's define what content marketing is. So simply put, it's information, ideally of significant value to your target audience, that you create and put out into the world. This is an example of content marketing, this video you're watching right now. It could be any media. It could be video, it could be audio, could be written in the form of a blog post or an article or other media. It can be anything that you're comfortable with. We'll talk about social media a little bit down the line. And I say comfortable with, and it's a really good idea to start where you feel most comfortable, right? Because I think we often build this up into something that just feels big and it feels intimidating. And we feel like we have to be everywhere at once, and you really don't. I mean, the key with content marketing is persistence over time, right? It's not like, you can't get in and do a big splash and, maybe people see it, maybe they don't, and then you don't do anything else for a while. That's not a way to build an audience, which is the whole point of content marketing. It's to build an audience, deliver value, give people a sense of who you are and what you know. Now, what I want to caution you here is not to fall into the trap that we all fall into, or to get yourself quickly extricated from that trap. And that's the trap of, I'm not an expert. What do I know? What can I say that hasn't already been said? I mean, what's that cliche? There's nothing new under the sun. But what's important to your audience, people who will eventually ideally hire you, is to know what your viewpoint is on something, right? Not what my viewpoint is, not what the next person's viewpoint is. They want to know that you have one. That helps them to choose you, to see if your viewpoint aligns with theirs. And of course, for you, you're cast this net out with this content, ideally in front of the people that you want to attract to you. That can take a little time to finesse and, figure out how to get in front of them. But it's a really, really, really important move, as I'll be, highlighting through this series, the reasons why. So I want to say to you that whatever opinion you have, and if you sell something, I mean, whether it's copywriting, web design, photography, you have some strong feelings about that and that particular medium and, or that particular discipline and why it's important. It doesn't matter if it's already been said. Let's say, for example, take Seth Godin, because he's widely known. And you could think to yourself, well, Seth Godin talks about that. He's written a book about it. Well, that's great. And you can agree with Seth Godin, but what you want your clients to know is that you agree with this particular principle. This is how you do something. As an example, I have a PDF on my site called Copy That Closes. And I used that when I was prospecting for copywriting clients. And the point wasn't that I didn't invent any of these techniques, but I demonstrated how I used them and why. And so what it was meant to demonstrate is my knowledge. But it comes from, old sources, it comes from new sources. In that document, I give examples, right? This is what it looks like if it's done poorly. This is what it looks like if it's done well. Things that simple really matter, and they really work. And so don't think that you don't have an opinion. One more caveat in this particular video is, along with not thinking you have an opinion, we all tend to shy away from the things that come easy to us. We devalue them. And I see this all over the place. I see it with me. I see it with clients. I see it with colleagues. I just off of a meeting with somebody, a really amazing, brilliant colleague who teaches people how to be better public speakers. And clients are having the same aha moment when she tells them these certain things, which to her are so basic. I mean, she just thinks that they're obvious and everyone knows them. And so she decided to put together a small product with all of these things that seemed to be a revelation to people. And, what she brought to the group was doubting herself, because it's like, this, everyone knows this, right? It's obvious. And two of us in this meeting who have been presenting, for years. I've been presenting as a public speaker and online for decades, literally. And when she brought up these things, I was like, I don't know if I know these things. I mean, I've learned some things, I've made some things up. I don't know if I'm following best practices. And do I want to know that? Hell yeah. And so I would wager, I'd bet good money that you're in the same boat. I know I was in the same boat. It's like, what do I have to say that hasn't been said before? And what I realized, it doesn't matter if it's been said before. What you say over here will attract your audience, and they'll read it and they'll know about you. But I need these people over here who I want to work with to know what my opinion is. So I hope you really take that to heart. Start thinking about what you know. And I would encourage you too to think about what comes easy to you, and don't devalue that, because there's a lot of power in leaning in to what comes easily for you, and knowing that doesn't come easily for everyone. It's, that's your superpower. So In the next video, I will talk to you about long and short-term plays, why both are important, and what that means exactly. So thanks for watching. If you want to know when these videos drop, and I guess it becomes more relevant now because there's a series of these, so if this is of interest to you, click the bell and you will be notified. Bye for now.